Welcome, and I basically found a 7,000 subscriber channel that is basically, someone that got into controversy about related to LGBTQ community, and yeah, I gotta say, this is honestly really insane, I gotta say. Basically, this person here did make an apology, and this person here has been getting into some drama lately. I gotta say is, yeah, I was not convinced that the apology he was doing was really genuine. Now, it's not exactly the worst apology I've seen, at least, I will give him that. But, like, again, you gotta at least find ways to make a good apology, like what Hypercrystal, of course, done, as I mentioned before. Like, I may as well just show you why his apology does not work for me. Now, do not harass this person, because this right here is known for being sensitive, and does deal with issues, like, kind of what I do. So, like, I recommend that you guys do not harass him. Otherwise, you'll probably be not any better. In fact, probably even worse than him. So what exactly is this guy here trying to apologize for? Let's find out, I guess.
I was pretty harsh there, but I'm gonna actually state my opinion now. I just don't support how they just made a post on Trans Day, and also not on Easter. Obviously, I'm not transphobic, it just wasn't good that they just made it on, like, trans instead of, like, both the same day. Yes, I support LGBTQ, be whatever you want.
Yeah, are you serious you support LGBTQ? Because basically, you kind of feel like that you're trying to be against people that would literally go in trans. Which, I definitely seen that before, and you'll pretty much say, oh, there's only two genders. And while I do understand what they're coming from, since there is technically two genders, trans is basically something that can, of course, people have rights to express themselves in a way, literally. Plus, I basically do remember looking up that it's actually possible to be more trans. Also, in case anyone's wondering, yes, I decided to skip half of the video that this guy here made, because I actually will admit, I kind of do agree with the first half, since I kind of do feel relatable. The only problem is, though, how he claims that BFDI is basically trying to be like a content farm, even though the time he literally posted that Among Us sort was when Among Us was still popular. I mean, it's still, of course, popular as of now, but, like, it's definitely not really that recognizable, but, like, I still like it. And, of course, considering the fact that he claims that, about Benji X Scarlet, even though Benji X Scarlet became more noticeable in 2024, which is last year.
Do whatever you want, it's your body. I'm not judging it. Although LGBTQ matters, non-LGBTQ people also matter. What I'm saying is it gotten to the point where we don't even matter anymore. It's like they've got their good share of treatment, but not the non-LGBTQ/Christian people. And so, yeah.
Wow, that sounds very okay, whatever. And I'm not trying to say, I'm anti-LGBTQ, considering the fact that I literally now recently decided to use the pronoun they, technically, for an obvious reason. But, like, even then, like, how can you be sure that, basically that I'm trying to at least justify being transphobic? Like, you're basically just trying to justify your accent instead, literally.
Also forgot to mention, that was not the post I was talking about. It was actually this post from 2024. Now, while I was looking for the post, I realized they did make an Easter post. I just didn't realize it. So yeah, I'm sorry for the hate towards Jack and Jelfie for that.
Hey, wait, you said that post was from 2024? Then the question here is wondering, why did you all of a sudden now decide to bring that up this year? Like, really? It's 2025, literally. So, like, why did you even take this long to literally bring this up all of a sudden?
Oh, yet again, this was months ago.
Also, the same guy that literally brought up a post from a year ago, keep in mind about that.
Second of all, I'm just concerned for them. They shouldn't really be knowing about this stuff at this age at all. I should really say, 13 is a good age.
Okay, don't get me wrong though, I kind of do see where you're coming from, because I do find it questionable how someone like that young of an age can already know what non-binary is. But, like, even at the same time, even I heard that when I was about his age. Like, I didn't really care enough to know more about it, since I always did thought about, there was really only two genders. But, like, I could probably see a non-binary a thing, literally, during that time. And now I literally do. While it's not a biological gender, of course, like, it still kind of does sound like a something at least. So while I do kind of see where you're coming from, at the same time, really. And plus, maybe people might, I don't know, literally get into some random stuff at an early age, literally. Like, I kind of was, literally, when I literally found out I considered myself a tom girl. Like, what do you expect anyways?
This is why you shouldn't give kids an iPad at such a young age, because when they see someone on the internet, they could copy what they do. Especially in this case, they probably don't even know what being non-binary even means.
But that's odd. I literally got an iPad at the age of 3. Yes, I was actually that young to literally get an iPad. You could say I'm impressed. And look at it. I literally had it being people literally being non-binary already know what it means already. So, like, that completely debunks whatever claim you're literally having, literally. And also, without iPads, then how else would kids entertain themselves? Of course, they do have toys and some other fun stuff. But, like, an iPad's literally one of the major things on, entertaining for themselves, at least.
Even after this, I saw someone become, I think, non-binary at the age of 9. I'm not even joking. Sheesh, these parents really need to monitor their children. I am not being homophobic towards the community. It's just that kids shouldn't be learning about this at such a young age. Personally, that's my opinion, but you could think differently if you want.
Well, to me, maybe I think they should probably learn it, whatever. Yeah, okay, yeah, you know what, to come to think on this might sound like a stretch, since I do kind of agree that, you know, oh, it's not a good idea for kindergartners to know about the LGBTQ community. But, like, at the same time, like, some people will literally have some early access, like, some, you know, people around me will probably know what a tomboy or a tomgirl is, and they probably first discover that during the, you know, during those times when they were a single-digit age. Literally, I found about those terms when I was 15, but let's just say a certain old friend of mine that I do not support anymore, that literally got allegations, kind of literally taught me about that term. But back to on topic, literally, of course, and also at the same time, basically, some people probably also want to feel like, oh, they don't feel like a category about whatever gender they are. So, like, don't you think that would not really matter anyways? Don't you think so?
I know I was overreacting a bit, but yet again, my case still stands. Kids shouldn't be learning about this at such a young age. They should learn about it until they're like 13 or something. Now, the second kid that was stated, he made one of the videos about he was getting bullied in school, and he said I wasn't really part of a situation. But here's the thing, he didn't really know what non-binary meant. But yeah, anyway, back to the video.
I didn't even know what that meant, even when I was around that age, you know. I pretty much started knowing a bit more during my teen years, technically, so, like, you could say that.
Sorry if I say this, but yeah, I am pretty sensitive. When I see criticism, I sometimes get a bit upset about it. Don't call me a crybaby fetus for this, but I cry a lot.
Look, I did the same thing too, so I don't entirely blame you, since I've been through so much shit already. But, like, if you're really gonna go over this, especially after saying, oh, why do you know about trans? Then literally, it kind of feels like you're basically trying to hide from your actions, literally. You're almost trying to justify your actions when transphobic is just messed up. While it's not far from the worst thing, you know, of course, for a person to do, but, like, even then, what even are you trying to do?
It's someone yelling at me or saying mean things about me. It just triggers my emotions, you know? Part of that is because I have strict parents. And some things that my friends can do, I can't do. Like, my parents were very strict with me not having Discord. And they just found out that I had an account, and now I have, like, my internet taken away for, like, a month. On my computer. Honestly, I don't want Discord anymore because of...
Why don't you just literally, I don't know, rebel and literally stand up against them? Because, like, yeah, I gotta say, that is definitely really messed up for them to do it. Even consider the fact that I almost felt that way as well. Like, literally, because, like, you have your own rights, literally. Like, and also, I don't know how old you are, but, like, you have to be 13 or older to at least get a Discord account. Even though I do kind of see why some people would be against minors literally being on Discord. Which I don't entirely blame them, because I was kind of worried. But, like, again, still though.
The fear of getting bullied or even groomed. I don't want to get it until I was at least 16. I don't know if I have ADHD or even autism, but I don't want to know because, you know, the stereotype of the people in this community.
What do you mean stereotype? Anyways, yeah, it's pretty obvious that was definitely a really terrible apology video. It's almost like he was trying to justify his accents instead, literally. But of course, there's more, actually. He also made a part 2, and yeah, it's still pretty bad, but at least it's more sorted than last time. Anyways, I'll probably see what his part 2 is, I guess, gonna be like. And yes, I of course skipped the parts where he literally, you know, went over, you know, the guy's video, mainly just the fact that I want to get it too longer. But, like, if you do want to see it yourself, then here, you can basically just look at it like this. Or I could send a link in the description if you guys want. Anyways, let's see how the part 2 will be like.
Hey, this isn't a video I would usually make, but I would like to apologize yet again. If y'all don't know, I made a video 3 weeks ago of me addressing the allegations before this, and people didn't think it was a good enough apology video, so here I am. I'm gonna actually add on or revisit some stuff from this video, so yeah, let's get into it.
Yeah, obviously your apology was not really that good. Like, if you wanted to make a general apology, you could have at least done what Hypercrystal would of course done, you know?
Now, I'm not gonna show you the whole part because this would make the video too long, but go watch it yourself if you want to see it. But I explained my video on how Jack and Jelfie made a post only about Trans Day instead of Easter Day as well. I'm not gonna apologize about my opinion because it's my opinion, but I am gonna apologize to the fact that it was a bit too, like, political, especially because I was debating about LGBTQ itself.
I'm physically confused on what this guy here is trying to say. Political? Like what? What do you mean, I guess?
I was being a bit stupid, even though I am. Especially in this economy in the BFDI community, I shouldn't really be saying stuff like this. Although it's my opinion, it's just, too political. Too political for this community, like too political for anything. You shouldn't even be saying politics in general. This also applies to the 10-year-old non-binary thing, if you know what I'm talking about. Anyways, moving on.
Thanks for admitting that you literally admitted that you're stupid. I gotta say, that is so funny. But yeah, pretty obvious, especially with this apology video you're trying to do.
Hey, okay, now I'm venting in that video. But yeah, it's just me venting about how I'm a bit sensitive. But yeah, I'm sorry for not handling criticism. It's just that some people mistaken mean criticism as hate, and then they just hate me. And then the chain starts. So yeah, on to the next thing. The deal with whether or not I call Winner a he or not.
Well, Winner to me is technically a he, and the reason why it's because he sounds like a he, technically. So that's basically why I kind of do see your point. But even Dan, he is labeled as non-binary. But I'm just gonna call him he, since he does sound like one.
Or just any character that doesn't have usual pronouns. I'm saying that because they aren't real. Now, I wouldn't have done it on purpose to disrespect, any community at all, but yeah. I feel like it's just better to call Winner a he and price tag a she to me. It's like calling a tangerine an orange. You might be thinking, well, isn't this also political? Well, it's being targeted towards fictional characters, not real people.
Jeez, you're making this apology even sound more boring, I gotta say, with this logic. What do you mean? Oh, even though it's political towards fictional characters? It's political anyways. What do you mean?
What I'm just saying is that I don't really care if I call Winner a he or not. It's just what I prefer. And you shouldn't really care because it's a fictional character. And I sometimes even call 2 a he because algebrailians don't have genders. Genderless beings have any pronouns. And so, I prefer to call 2 a he because that's how I feel. 2 feels a bit masculine.
2 sounds like a male. I think you should have said that better than just saying that whatever, but whatever, I guess. Yeah, I do feel 2 as he as well, considering the fact that he does sound like a male anyways. But even then, any pronouns.
So I'd say he. Anyways, that's all for this video. I hope you forgive me, and if you...
No, I do not forgive you whatsoever, because you barely have any evidence about the fact that you basically claim that you apologize and you're improving, even though it doesn't even feel like you're improving whatsoever. You don't even try to emote, you're just trying to, justify your actions, literally. And also, you're gonna call us an awful person for denying your apology, even though we have rights to literally deny your apology, because, yeah, it literally says that you cannot handle people denying your apologies. But yeah, it's pretty obvious that video sucked. And even then, his apologies is straight up boring at the very moment, literally. Even I feel a bit tired talking about this video apology whatsoever anyways. But whatever, I guess. Look, I'll take it over some of the other apologies, which I'll send in the links that I, of course, encountered. Even then, it's still even really bad. I will probably consider this a dishonorable mention if I ever do feel like I'm gonna make a video called The Worst Apologies of the Year, basically. But anyways, that's it for the video, I guess, so bye.